morning. This is your host, Mick. And today, for the next episode of Klon Calamity, we have the potentially, well, it is infamous, lawsuit pedal of the Behringer Centaur. Anyways, besides getting sued, this is the Behringer Centaur. It is still a 3-knob Klon Klone, legally distinct, technically, compared to the normal Centaur. Size-wise, it is very legally distinct. But that wasn't good enough. That's why you can't get these anymore unless you want to pay price gouge prices. It comes with gain, treble, and output, and a standard foot switch. It is actually a silent foot switch. That's really cool. Anyways, let's get on to the basics. The tone I was playing with before, which is simply, which then going through here was such is life of the circuit. So we'll go ahead and keep that output at noon here and lower everything down. And we're going to go ahead and do what we always do, being the knobs. As we know, I can't really fluff up the knobs any longer than that. It's 3 knobs. There's not really multiple settings or anything like that, so hey. That's the best I could pretty much do there. That's just how it is. Anyways, now the next part that we always do is noise. So, let's first get the output all the way up. Not hearing any noise yet, so let's do gain. Very faint. Now treble. And that is a lot more, but let's lower the gain. Surprisingly, a little bit less noisy. We can do full treble, so let's bring the treble. Surprisingly, this is a lot less noise for a technically $65 pedal. Technically that, or $75 depending now. But that is a lower noise. That actually is pretty nice. Yeah, we can actually work with that. That's actually a nice lower level of noise. Good job on that, surprisingly. Yeah, so let's just continue on and see what I can find. I'll just go ahead and get a basic tone, or a tone that I enjoy. We'll do some playing, and we'll get into the points. As again, for a the 3-knob reviews, I can't really drag out that much. While I would like to go and do the whole let's fluff out the videos constantly. Can't really do that too much. But like imagine if I just made like, okay, look, if 100 of y'all watch a few 10-hour videos for me, we can get me monetized. But I don't think anyone wants to see a 10-hour pedal review on a singular pedal. Maybe. We'll see. That'll be funny. But I don't feel like filming that. Anyways, let's go ahead and just get to it here. So, I want to find a tone, going to do some playing, then we'll get into the little end bits that we always do. So that was a little bit of playing. The original tone was, of course, just... So you can see there was a very distinct difference there, and I enjoyed that. Very nice. So before going any further, I do have to mention that this channel is sponsored by DepthCloud. They are a small family-run business, and they have many a boutique pedal from brands that you may have not seen before, because they are able to carry a lot smaller shops out there, which is really nice. Go ahead and check them out, as they also carry some synthesizers, and they even do carry core guitars. Support small businesses and they will appreciate your business. They have a very responsive customer service team in case any problems do arise. But once again, thank you for sponsoring the channel. And back to the video. So, build quality. It's solid. It came with feet. Me personally, I know some people don't like huge pedals. I personally like this size of pedal. It's not too big, but it's also just not the standard Boss pedal square. But I find this to be like a happy middle ground between like a just gigantic pedal and a good workable pedal. The finish is really nice. The artwork seems to be just like a Centaur, possibly, who knows, legally distinct. Not at all, but but it is a this is a very nice pedal here. I enjoy the knobs. The knobs are solid, even though they are plastic. You know, there is some paint flaws between the ones I do have. I enjoy the silent foot switch, even though I do like the click. Also, I understand just for longevity use and other things, the more silent ones are a more reliable one, so I can see why they did do that. So for build quality, I'll go ahead and give it a basic 4 out of 5. The only improvements I could give is if these were metal, but that's really just not a common thing. But very nice pedal. Good, solid. I enjoy it. The sound quality, the noise was very low, but it is at the same time still just a Klon Klone. I'll just, like I said, for all Klon Klones, I usually just give it a 3 out of 5 to 3.5 to even a 4 out of 5. But today... how am I feeling today? There's lesser noise than some of the other ones. It is quality to it. I don't see too much of an issue with it. I'll go ahead and give it a 3.8. It does the Klon thing. It does it well. But it is just 3 knobs. It's how it is, man. So, altogether, we can just say, we'll say 3.85, 295, 254, 851 out of 5. Good enough. Like I said, that, like, taking cost into account, this one and now the newer one, the Centauria or whatever it's called now, which I'll go ahead and do a video on that too, just to make sure that nothing else has changed. Even though the comparison video has been out, I didn't see any differences. We'll go ahead and make sure, because of the whole trust but verify type of deal. But as it sits right here, I don't see any glaring issues with it. It's a decent price. There is cheaper ones out there that do get you slightly more features, such as like the Sonic Cake Trio Rider. But that is a miniature pedal format. I don't like that much. But I mean, there's also the it's funny because it still is the whole Behringer umbrella, the Zeus drive from TC Electronic, and that one is like, I believe that's only $40, and it still does the Klon thing, because that is a different type of Centaur clone. It just doesn't have the look with these little funny boys here. So, like I said, as it stands, there's nothing wrong with the pedal. It's a good pedal. It's a good price. Go ahead and get the new one if you want to. I mean, hey, I can't fault it. But this has once again been your host, Mick. Look at all that space. Go ahead and like the video, as it does help me out within the algorithm, and it is greatly appreciated. And go ahead and subscribe just because I asked nicely. Anyways, just like I said, all of it's appreciated, and helping the channel out, sharing the videos around, it does mean a lot as we are slowly growing the channel. And as it stands, the more people watching, it'll be a lot funner to get everyone interested in this, as I am doing more stuff with clones than anyone else ever has, because at the end of this, I'm going to put them all in series, and that'll be a very fun way to show me making the most clone circuit ever, because that's going to be roughly 75 clones at time of filming. Which, by mentioning that, if you know of any other Klon clones out there you think I may have not have gotten yet, considering, go ahead and leave a comment on it. Leave a comment on this one here too if you were considering ever getting one, or what you thought about it. But once again, this has been your host, Vic. Thanks for watching. Bye.